Hello, friends. It's Chapo. I mean, I don't know, like how you guys feel about this, but I'm pretty stunned by the news that Elon Musk won't be going through with buying Twitter.
What? No.
No way.
Mr. Too Damn Follow Through has not followed through, and it just look. And you know what? I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but as soon as I saw the news that he was backing out of the deal, I immediately noticed that all my posts were being shadow banned again after they weren't being shadow banned.
It's amazing. Like this cold wind just blew across my fucking timeline.
You notice how like the unthinkable keeps happening? Like Shinzo Abe was known in his life for not being shot to death. What happened?
That was his thing.
Yes.
Yeah, he was Elon Mr. Too Damn not shot in the back.
It had never happened to him before. Elon Musk, known for doing everything he'll say he'll do all the time. The reason that we have self-driving cars and have a manned mission to Mars.
Butlers. We have Mars colonies. We have a fully. We have. Oh, let's not forget the tunnels. I mean, if there isn't, like, if you can't prove, if you can't look, you cannot look at the tunnels and not see that this guy is a fucking fraud. Like that to me is the one. Is the tunnels. The distance between the promise of what he was like pushing and what he actually followed through with, it's like nothing he says means anything.
Yeah. So
but the thing is that he's saying now he doesn't want to do it, but people are pointing out, well, he said he would, and now they might sue him. And my God, what if he gets sued into like being forced to buy Twitter?
Well, I don't think that like they necessarily want him to buy Twitter, but I do think
I think they want like a nice severance.
Yeah, they want to squeeze him, which is like kind of the board's duty.
He's supposed to be on the hook for like $1 billion fee for backing out, but I think they want to negotiate like from that as the basement and try to get like a better deal from him. Because it would be really weird to like force him to buy the company. It's like,
well,
yeah,
it's not like he just backed out of the deal. He backed out of the deal while spending like a month disparaging the core business of the thing he was trying to buy.
That was pretty wild.
All its like executives, like, yeah, no, it's. I mean, there's no reason that it has to be capped at just $1 billion. Like,
yeah,
there are a lot of, especially in Delaware, they're suing him in Delaware. They may end up executing him. I know everyone made fun of that Charles Gasparino when they're like,
court has shooters. Okay,
yeah. Yeah, Delaware.
They'll send the faceless men of Bravos after you.
Yeah, if you get sued in Delaware for like ripping the tag off your mattress, you're going to ADX Florence.
Yeah,
you cannot break laws against companies there. It's not going to happen.
No,
Everyone made fun of Charles Gasparino for saying Elon was going to go to prison, but now that I know it's in Delaware, he's at least going to prison.
They have a dungeon underneath the Chancery Court.
The Chancery Court may send the Gold Cloaks to kill all his bastards and end his line forever. And I'm saying this as a legal expert.
They're going to put him in the tower with the two brothers.
Yeah.
The princes.
Did you see? I think that Elon legitimately has been sourcing legal representation from people that reply to him because he made a like iFunny meme today where he's like, basically, oh, this is actually working out in my favor because they're going to have to go to court and admit that there are bots on their website, which no one has like ever contested that there are bots on Twitter. What happens if Twitter admits there are bots on Twitter? They're like, oh, you, Elon Musk, who said that one of the reasons you wanted to buy Twitter was to clean up the bot problem. You're actually completely in the right. Because this thing that you acknowledged was a part of the business you wanted to buy. What does he think's going to happen?
Yeah, he's basically like he's crowdfunding his like advice from Twitter because he's decided, oh, I have like the world's greatest algorithm at my disposal. Like this is real time reality, like being reflected by all these people. But it's like, no, this is a very specific subsector of internet addicted goons, the Redditors of the world, essentially. And like what they're telling you is like it's not grounded in anything other than their fantasy.
Lawyers,
they're driving him into a wall.
There is a reason. If you see a lawyer on Twitter, there is a reason he's on Twitter. It's because they are a bad lawyer.
It's one of the closest things to a universal rule you have on Twitter is that the more your lawyer tweets, the worse a lawyer he is.
This is true.
However, if your lawyer's on TikTok, like that guy who gets people off drunk driving charges,
oh, that guy's great.
Yeah, that's where all the good legal advice is on TikTok. But yeah,
Yes.
I mean, like, but doesn't this whole saga, like, doesn't that sort of prove that this whole thing was about liquidating a shitload of Tesla stock?
Yeah, I mean, I think
Doesn't
that's
it
the most
seem that way?
likely. That's the most likely thing, was that he was trying to sell Tesla at its absolute peak without provoking a crash in share price.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's the most likely.
because like people say, like he did it on a whim, like, oh, I wanted to get the Babylon Bee their account back or something like that. Like that could be what he thought he did it, but the real reason he had to do it is because that money had to go somewhere because it couldn't stay in that stock because it's gonna go down. It's gonna go down. And then it started going
Yeah.
down big time. And now it is just fucking, it's in like a controlled demolition right now.
Yeah, so it is down. It's down about like a it's been down as much as like 30, 38, 39% off peak. I think it's down about like 20, like less than that now. It shot back up into the 700s, which is still fucking ridiculous.
I'm insane.
Fucking ridiculous for a company that's like most people who haven't completely drinking the Kool-Aid think it is going to get eaten alive by like actual car manufacturers getting into EVs.
Yeah, companies that actually have factories and put out automobiles
that have actual
scale.
Production capacity. Yeah.
Yeah. They're not putting them together like fucking like matchbook. Oh, fuck. What are they called? Soapbox derby. That's what I was trying to think of. Just slapping them together in the factory. And then they go out and they blow up.
Wait. So
they literally blow up.
Wait a second, but Honda, like companies like Honda or Ford or Chevrolet, if they start making electric cars, like, can they compete with a company though that will keep you inside the electric car when it's on fire though? Because a lot of these companies have a very like sort of like old style of, like they're stuck in the 20th century where the idea is that you should be able to get out of a car if it's on fire. But like, can they compete with Tesla, which has, sort of revolutionized the electrical car space?
This is exactly why Tesla is going so insanely hard on the self-driving, even though it is so dangerous and has killed so many people and it's exposed them to so much potential liability and legal fees and lawsuits. It's because they need to have a value proposition if that does happen. And it's okay, yeah, there's other EVs out there, but we're the only ones that are self-driving. And then in that thing, they're once again in the position they were before, where they're dominating the market. And of course, that's a fantasy, and it's getting people killed. But it's the value proposition of the stock right now.
I want to point out that Elon Musk has said that Tesla share price should be 0 if they can't figure out self-driving.
He said it. He was on camera. He said, like, if this is not an automated driving company, it goes to 0. If this is a electric vehicle company, it goes to 0. Just
I have to say, it seems like they're getting worse at self-driving every year.
Worse, killing more people because more people are using it.
Yeah.
Well, to your point about liability on the self-driving part of it, like I think in a recent lawsuit, it came out that the self-driving feature is designed to turn off about a second before impact. So that when your car does fucking slam into a concrete divider at 80 miles an hour, that like when they look at it, they'll just be like, "Oh, well, you were driving the car at the time of the accident, so we're not liable."
You had control of the vehicle.
You had control of the vehicle.
Good luck.
I don't think Volkswagen or fucking BMW or fucking Honda can compete with that kind of innovation. No matter how many factories or cars they're able to produce.
I know the deck is stacked against you if you like sue a company in America, but that does not seem like legally sound advice. I don't think he's ever gotten advice from a lawyer who wasn't on Twitter.
Yeah, that's it. And obviously, it's terrifying how many of these cars just burst into flames. But what's kind of funnier, because it's, I guess, less dangerous, is the cars that just brick, where it will be driving, and then the entire computer system will shut off, so it will just come to a halt and not be able to be moved. And not even be able to be moved, like, rolled, because you can't put it into fucking neutral.
Yeah.
It's a
they did something amazing. They developed a car that runs on Windows 10.
But like to this question about like what was motivating his desire to buy Twitter, The best answer to that I got, I don't know who tweeted it, but it was like it made perfect sense to me. Was that like Elon was going to try to buy Twitter so that he could curate a kind of Goodbye Lenin style alternate reality where like 2006 era internet just exists forever, and he can do Chuck Norris memes and be where Bacon never stopped being epic. And like he can just live in that cosseted reality of like him
surrounded
and his
by people who
sycophantic
want
Redditors.
to believe every new bullshit thing he makes up. Like if everyone believes in him, then it doesn't matter that none of it ever happens because they just have to believe he'll figure it out eventually.
You know what Twitter should do to punish Elon? In addition to squeezing him for a few billion, they should ban every Dutch person from Twitter.
That's
99% of Elon Musk's supporters are Dutch.
It's true. The Dutch love him. They're freaks.
The Dutch are some of the worst people online.
A nation of engineers. Come on, who are we talking about here?
Yeah, Dutch
people, terrifying nerds.
If you ask a Dutch person to transcribe their dreams, it's in Rage comics. That's like how their internal monologue is structured. They're so far behind everyone. I know there are like worse people online, like there are Nazis and like pedophiles and stuff. But just as far as like quality of post, the Dutch are the fucking worst, and they all support Elon. All of them. All these fucking bike riding sub-mental villagers.
Yes.
Did they see a tunnel and they lose their minds?
Yeah.
My name is Bjorn Haverspoon, and I saw a fucking a tunnel the width of a single automobile, and it's the most amazing fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. I don't know what it is about those people.
Creating the future, and people they want to hate him for it.
Yeah. If they get rid of Dutch people, no one is supporting him. No one but the bots.
Yeah, ban the Dutch.
Yeah.
Well, here's another. Moving on from